Good morning, students. Welcome back to our BS class. In the last class, we discussed about stars, color, size, and shape of stars, isn't it? Which star is nearest to our Earth? Which star? Yes, Sun. How big the Sun appear to us? Is the Sun bigger than the Earth? We can analyze this with the help of a figure. Okay, we know Sun is nearest to the Earth, and the Sun is a star that hold 12 lakhs Earth within it. Okay, our Sun can hold how many Earth? 12 lakh Earth. Earth can hold the Sun. Then we can imagine how big the Sun. Okay, that is Sun is nearest to our Earth, and the Sun is a star which can hold 12 lakhs Earth within it. Okay, that means the Sun is a very big star. Okay, then are there stars bigger than Sun? സണ്ണിനേക്കാളും വലിയ മറ്റ് നക്ഷത്രങ്ങളുണ്ടോ? Are there stars bigger than the Sun? In our textbook, page number 109, there is a figure showing the comparison of the size of the star Tiruvadira and the Sun. Okay, then you see the picture of Tiruvadira and the Sun. Tiruvadira is a star which is bigger than. Then why the stars are appear very small in size? Yes, the stars are situated crores of kilometers from our Earth. Okay, so the stars are appear very small in size. Okay. Next we discuss about the constellations. Then next we discuss about picture book in the sky. Don't you feel like starting a friendship with stars? Okay, how would you distinguish the stars from one another? All of which look alike. All the stars are look similar. Then how do you distinguish the star? Distinguish means തിരിച്ചറിയുക. All the stars are similar. Then how do you distinguish the stars? Yes, we identify the stars by classifying them into groups. How do you distinguish the stars? We identify stars by classifying them into group. കൂട്ടങ്ങളാക്കുന്നു അല്ലേ? We identify the stars by classifying them into groups. In our textbook, page number 110, there some dot from 1 to 7. And then we join these dots, we can get a shape. When we join these dots from 1 to 7, we get a shape, and the shape was a spoon. What is the shape? The shape was a spoon. And the group of 7 stars, okay, and these dots are 7 stars. And when we join these stars, we can get the shape of a spoon. And the group of stars are known as constellation. What? Constellation. That is, the stars in the sky are assumed as dot. We assume means ഊഹിക്കുന്നു. The stars as dot. We assume the stars as dot. And when we join these dots, we get different shape. Okay, and these are known as constellation. the group of stars are joined together. Then we get a shape, and these are known as constellation. Thus, different constellations can be identified from their shape. Okay, we can identify different type of constellations on their shape. Okay, then here there are 7 dots are given in page number 110. When we join these dots and we get a shape of a spoon, and the westerners means Paschathyar, Videshikal. Okay, gave it the name Big Dipper, meaning big spoon. The Westerners gave these constellations by a name called Big Dipper. What is the meaning of Big Dipper? Big spoon. Okay, the Westerners call this shape Big Dipper, and in India we call them Saptarshis. In India we call this constellation as Saptarshi. Why? There are 7 stars, so we call it as Saptarshi. Saptam 7. Okay, so we call it as Saptarshis. We see these Saptarshis in northern sky in the evening in the summer season. We see the Saptarshis in this direction, northern sky, when in the evening in summer season. In summer season at evening, these Saptarshis are seen in northern sky. In the month of December and January, they seen at midnight. In the month of December and January, these Saptarshis are seen at midnight. Okay. Then the Saptarshis, group of 7 stars, and this is a constellation. The Westerners means Paschathyar give its name Big Dipper, that means big spoon. In India we call it as Saptarshis. Okay, and we see them in the northern sky in summer season at the evening. In the month of December and January, these are seen at the midnight. Midnight means Ardharatri. December and January month, these Saptarshis are seen at midnight. Okay, clear. Then what is meant by constellation? Constellation means a group of stars to identify, or we identify the stars by classifying them in group. Okay, the stars are in the sky. We assumed the stars as dot, and we joining these dots, we get different shape obtained, and these are the constellation. Thus, different constellations can be identified on their shape. First constellation is Saptarshi. It is a group of 7 stars, and these Saptarshis, the Westerners call them it as a Big Dipper, means big spoon. In India we call it as Saptarshi, and we can see them in northern sky in the evening, and in December, in summer season. In December and January we can see them, we can see these Saptarshis at midnight. Okay, then another constellation is Orion. What? Orion. And this Orion is another constellation used by people in past to ascertain direction while traveling in deserts and sea. The line joining the head and sword of Orion or Hunter reaches the polar star. Okay. Then another constellation name is Orion or Vettakkaran. And this constellation used by the people. In the past time, the people used this constellation to find the direction. Okay, the Orion is a constellation. In past, the people used this constellation to know the direction. Okay, direction when the people traveling in desert and sea, it help to find the direction. The line joining the head and the sword of Orion reaches the polar star. Means Orion means Vettakkaran. In his hand there is a sword, means വാൾ. വേട്ടക്കാരൻ്റെ കയ്യിൽ വാളുണ്ട്. Then this wall and head joining, വാളും തലയും ചേർത്ത് വയ്ക്കുന്ന. Okay, the joining head and sword of Orion reaches means എത്തിച്ചേരുന്നു. Where? Polar star, ധ്രുവ നക്ഷത്രത്തിൽ. Then the line joining head and sword of the Orion. The line joining head and sword of the Orion reaches the polar star. Okay. And what is meant by polar star? And this polar star always situates above the North Pole and shows north direction accurately. Then the polar star helps to find the direction, and it always situated in the North Pole and shows north direction accurately. Okay, then with the help of this Orion, we can find which direction? North direction. Okay, the head and sword, the line joining the head and sword of the Orion leads to reach the polar star. And the polar star is a star that always situates in the North Pole and shows north direction accurately. Means കൃത്യമായി north direction കാണിച്ചു കൊടുക്കുന്നു. Okay, that is the use of Orion. Okay, Orion help to find the direction when we traveling desert and sea. Okay, then and this constellation can be seen after dusk in the month of January, February and March. Tiruvadira is the star in red color on Orion's right shoulder. And this Orion is a constellation that can be seen after dusk in the month of January, February and March. അതായത് ഡസ്ക് മീൻസ് സന്ധ്യാസമയം. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ സന്ധ്യയ്ക്ക് ശേഷം ജനുവരി, ഫെബ്രുവരി, മാർച്ച് മാസങ്ങളിൽ സന്ധ്യയ്ക്ക് ശേഷമാണ് ഈ ഒറിയോൺ എന്ന കോൺസ്റ്റലേഷനെ നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ കഴിയുന്നത്. ദെൻ തിരുവാതിര ഈസ് എ സ്റ്റാർ. We discuss about തിരുവാതിര, that is it is very big star than our sun. Okay, and this Tiruvadira is the star. Which color? Tiruvadira is a star and which it is in red color, and red color on Orion's right shoulder. And Tiruvadira is the star which is situated on the right shoulder of the Orion. Okay, clear? Then Saptarshi, we study the first constellation, that is Saptarshi. Then the second constellation, that is Orion. Saptarshi is a group of 7 stars. When we join these 7 stars, we get a shape that is a big spoon. In Westerners call it as Big Dipper, and Indians call it as Saptarshi, and these Saptarshis are seen in the northern sky in evening in the summer season, in the month of January and February. In December and January we can see these Saptarshis at midnight. Then the second constellation, that is the Orion or Vettakaran. This constellation is used by the people in past to ascertain or to determine the direction. Okay, while they traveling in desert and sea. Then the line joining the head and sword of the Orion leads or reaches the polar star, and the polar star is the star that always situates above the North Pole and locate or shows north direction accurately. Okay, then these constellations can be seen after dusk. Dusk means Sayanam or Sandhya. After dusk in the month of January, February and March. Then the next point is Tiruvadira is a red star, and this Tiruvadira can be seen in the Orion's right shoulder. Okay. Then the next constellation is Kashyapi. Kashyapia is seen in the sky in the evening from October to December. Okay, Kashyapia is seen in the sky in evening from October to December. Okay, that is about the constellation. Okay, then next Malayalam month and constellation.